Tonight, there are major developments that could potentially shake up the midterm elections in two key political battlegrounds. The breaking news from Georgia: Republican Senate candidate Herschel Walker is denying new accusations that he paid for another woman to have an abortion 3 decades ago. The accuser says she's afraid of retaliation and wants to remain anonymous. And in Pennsylvania, there's concern tonight from Democrats after the Senate debate between John Fetterman and Mehmet Oz. The race is a toss-up, and Fetterman's performance last night is raising new questions about Fetterman's recovery from a stroke. These races are important because they could decide the balance of power in the Senate. Our latest battleground tracker shows Republicans now have a slight advantage, though at least 5 races are toss-ups. As America decides, we have team coverage of those crucial races in Georgia and Pennsylvania. And we're going to begin with CBS's Nikole Killion. Good evening, Nikole.
Good evening, Nora. This new claim comes as Herschel Walker is in a dead heat with Democratic Senator Raphael Warnock and amid record early voting turnout in Georgia. Walker recently told me he was trying to move forward with his campaign. Now he's defending another allegation that he says are lies.
To me.
In a virtual news conference, attorney Gloria Allred introduced Jane Doe, concealing the identity of a woman who claims Herschel Walker drove her to an abortion clinic in the spring of 1993 after learning she was pregnant.
He encouraged me to have an abortion and gave me the money to do so.
The woman described a 6-year relationship with Walker while he was still married and playing in the NFL. She said she tried to get the abortion herself but couldn't go through with it, and says he took her to a Dallas area clinic the next day and waited for her while she got the procedure.
I was so traumatized by what Herschel had put me through.
Allred shared evidence from her client, including cards purporting to be from Walker, as well as a photo and recording of him as proof of their relationship.
I want to say I love you, and I was thinking about you.
The woman called the GOP Senate nominee, who is staunchly anti-abortion, a hypocrite, and said she was not coming forward for political reasons.
I do not believe that Herschel is morally fit to be a U.S. senator.
I'm done with this foolishness.
Walker played down the allegations on the campaign trail along with South Carolina Senator Lindsey Graham.
Kavanaugh didn't back down. He's on the court. Herschel ain't backing down. Herschel Walker's going to the United States Senate.
It is the latest case to envelop Walker, who recently admitted to writing a check for another woman who claimed he paid for her abortion in 2009.
I said that's a lie.
Walker's opponent, Senator Warnock, has tried to steer clear of commenting on some of these controversies, but tonight he issued a statement saying this is the latest example of a troubling pattern. Nora?
What a story in these final days. Nikole Killion, thank you. Well, now let's head to Pennsylvania for voter reaction to the showdown between John Fetterman and Mehmet Oz. Both Senate candidates are now trying to seize momentum after their debate. We get more from CBS's Robert Costa in Harrisburg.
Republican candidate Mehmet Oz hit the campaign trail today with former UN Ambassador Nikki Haley, calling his opponent John Fetterman soft on crime and touting his own performance at Tuesday night's face-off.
Now, last night's debate focused on my desire to bring balance to Washington.
In that debate, Pennsylvania voters got a live hour-long look at Fetterman, who is recovering from a stroke in May.
I had a stroke. He's never let me forget that. And I might miss some words during this debate, mush 2 words together, but it knocked me down, but I'm going to keep coming back up.
Fetterman used a closed captioning device to help him read the moderator's questions and Oz's answers. And there were moments where Fetterman appeared to struggle.
It's about supporting and helping, young earners, young students.
With the race essentially tied 2 weeks out, the debate was a key moment for some voters who had a mix of opinions today on Fetterman's verbal difficulties.
Mr. Fetterman really struggled. It was painful to watch.
As long as he feels that he's fit to run for office, then I will trust his word.
I don't understand how his handlers allowed him to engage in that debate.
Just because he don't speak as fast as everyone else has nothing to do with what he can do in Congress.
Fetterman was pressed by the moderators about why he has not released complete medical records. He has released a letter from his primary care doctor that says he is capable of serving. Oz refrained yesterday from directly addressing Fetterman's health challenges, but his allies like Pennsylvania Senator Pat Toomey have not.
You believe the question will linger in the final days here?
I do. I mean, I certainly do, given his performance. Also, let's be honest, he's not releasing all the records. We all saw just how badly affected he still is.
Fetterman's campaign claims that since the debate ended, he has raised $2 million, but some top Democrats remain concerned, including former Pennsylvania Governor Ed Rendell, who told CBS News that Fetterman at times seemed confused and he wants to see the candidate out on the trail a lot to show voters he's ready to serve. Norah.
Wow, there is so much at stake. It will be a long election night, perhaps a long election week. Robert Costa, thank you so much.